I think at some point we all expect to win the league. Even after only 4 years, felt like I was overdue. And I was. Honestly, I can't imagine having to wait longer than that. I've always thought the saying, oh, this person wanted it more, that was all bullshit. Everybody wants it. All the prep work, drafts, waivers, trades. When you peel it all back, you're not really saying, oh, I want it more than this guy. It's, did I put the work in? And did I put the right work in? Because you can obsess about a certain team, certain group of guys that you want. But in the end, it might just be the wrong fucking guys. Is it wrong to say that winning the fantasy championship was the single greatest accomplishment in my life? Well, if it is, then I don't want to be right. Here she is. Everybody wants it, but not everybody can have it.
Metro on that beat. Look cool that they don't like to see you winning. They wanna see you in a penitentiary. I need me a little baby who gon' listen. Girl, I don't wanna be the one you ignorant. My mama told me, boy, make a decision. Right now I gotta keep a ton of vision. I need me a little baby who gon' listen. Girl, I don't wanna be the one you ignorant. Look cool that they don't like to see you winning.
What do you remember about Tyler's team from 2018?
I remember getting 150 points dropped on me, and then 2 weeks later he dropped 160 on Lucas. Then again, he could have dropped half that and still beat Lucas. But that's not the point. 2018, it seemed like Tyler was on a redemption tour. Because you gotta remember, Tyler had some good teams, but at this point in time, it's year 8 in the league, and no championship. It only took me 2. With the way that year ended, you kind of forget how everything went down in the rest of the season. How dominant he was. But I'm sure he probably hasn't forgotten.
That team was something else. Felt like there wasn't a single hole in that lineup. The thing about Tyler is, it usually feels like he's in the mix. Constantly on waivers, throwing out trade feelers. Say what you want, but the effort's always been there. In terms of just sheer hours put in, he's got to be up there.
Tyler Breed in 2018, fucking unstoppable. His team was a locomotive. I don't care what anyone says. That was the fucking year.
I reminisce. Yeah. I reminisce for a spell, or shall I say think back 22 years ago to keep it on track. The birth of a child on the 8th of October. A toast, but my granddaddy came sober. Count all the fingers and the toes, now I suppose you hope the little black boy grows. 18 years younger than my mama, but I really got beatings cause the girl loved drama. In single parenthood, there I stood. By the time she was 21, had another one. This one's a girl, let's name her Pam. Same father as the first, but you don't give a damn. Irresponsible, plain not thinking. Papa said chill, but the brother keep winking. Still he won't down you or tear out your hide. On your side while the baby make a slide. But mama got wise to the game. The youngest of 5 kids, hun, here it is. After 10 years without no spouse, Mama's getting married in the house. Listen, positive over negative for the woman, a master. Mother Queen's rise in the chapter. Deja vu, tell you what I'm gonna do when they reminisce over you, my God.
So Tyler dominates the regular season, goes 10-2, just dunking on people. That whole year for our league was pretty top heavy. Then you had Lucas at the bottom, Keaton at the bottom, Jamarcus not even sniffing the playoffs for like the 14th year in a row. Tyler's clearly the heavy favorite. According to Tommy, it's Tyler's to lose, and you can't convince him otherwise. Well, we get to the playoffs, and lo and behold, he's facing Tommy. I mean, Tommy had a good team. Went 8-4, had an elite fantasy defense, but it wasn't the generational talent like we saw with Tyler.
So I'm nervous going into the playoff matchup, but it's week 1. After week 1, we're pretty much dead even. We get to week 2. And believe it or not, I'm actually in the lead. But Tyler's got Adam Thielen left, and he only needs 5 points. Adam Thielen's been a beast all year, unstoppable. The realization starts to set in that Tyler Breed is actually going to have a shot at a championship, which is an absolutely terrifying thing. So the game starts and the Vikings completely shit the bed on offense.
3rd and 9 as he was being rushed and is nearly intercepted that time. 3rd and 3. He's taken down for a sack.
Absolutely 0 points from Thielen. I'm on Xbox where I'm talking to Tyler, I'm talking shit, and you can just hear the absolute panic in his voice. You can tell he already knows it's coming. He knows he's going to lose. We get to the 4th quarter. Thielen has a few short catches by then, but Tyler still needs like 30 yards out of him. Now we're down to 6 minutes left. Vikings are still scoreless, 3rd and 9. Widener lights up Thielen, incomplete. He's shaking up. I'm actually thinking I'm about to win this fucking thing.
At their own 37 with over 5.5 minutes to play.
The Seahawks get the ball, march right down, make it 14-0 with only 2.5 to go.
Here's the 2-point conversion attempt, and Lockett will take it in.
I mean, one more chance, right? And lo and behold, Adam Thielen's back in the game. But I'm thinking any kind of stopping is over. All I need is Adam Thielen to not get any fucking points, and I go to the championship.
As good as it can be.
So the drive starts, it's 2nd down. Kirk rolls out, hit from behind, boom. He fumbles, and now I'm excited because he fumbles. It's over, right? Tyler's an absolute fucking shambles. He's been here before. Nothing good ever happens to Tyler. But instead of sliding down and kneeling it out, the unthinkable happens. Seahawks somehow return it for a touchdown. And so now, 21-0. Still 2 minutes left, and we all realize the Vikings are getting the ball back. The 2 scariest words you can hear when leading in fantasy football are about to happen. Garbage time. First play from scrimmage, they drop a screen to Thielen, and the rest is history. Thielen goes for 40 yards. He somehow fucking breaks like 4 tackles. I'm shocked, but I'm not really, because I said it 1,000 times. It was Tyler's year.
This was it. Tyler was back. A championship is within reach, and all he has to do is beat his roommate.
Luke had already won one, but I mean, it was year 2 in the league. After our league wasn't even in it. Jamarcus was like 8 years old, 6'3". It was a legit championship. Yeah, I'll give it to him, but the competition was nothing like it is now.
We were all definitely rooting against Tyler, because I think the mindset was, if I haven't won a championship, I don't want to see someone else win it for the first time, especially not some retard like him.
At this point, you have Melvin Gordon out with an injury against me in the first round. So is he coming back? Is he still hurt? That's a big story. But Tyler is such a deep team, it almost didn't matter. Saquon, Kelsey, Thielen, these guys balled out all year. If they can maintain what they've been doing, Tyler should win. That is, if Tyler had believed in the one thing he loved more in fantasy, the Kansas City Chiefs.
Damian Williams, the man, the myth, the legend. He scored the most points out of anyone in that championship game. More than his teammate Travis Kelce, more than Adam Thielen, more than Melvin Gordon, even more than Saquon Barkley himself. I'd say it's bittersweet, but we all know Tyler would sacrifice the entire Chiefs organization for a championship. Even then it wouldn't have mattered. There's always next year, right?
After everything that went down in 2018, you could sense the next year that things had changed. Right away, you could sense it.
It all started a century ago in an auto showroom in Canton, Ohio. And now it comes to this, Soldier Field in Chicago, where the NFL's 100th season starts tonight.
Most of us felt good about our teams coming out of the draft. I think Tyler was no different. I mean, you kind of have to feel good about your team. Any doubts, any insecurities, and you're going to start second-guessing your decisions. Making little mistakes that can kill you. Tyler goes James Conner in the first. Okay, he has a lot of potential. Good year last year. Julio in the second. Some things never change. Fournette, yeah, he's an injury risk, but good value. And you go down the line, and there's not many picks that you hate on this team. I mean, it's not like Jake's draft. I think the point I'm trying to make is, while none of us were really surprised at the end of the year, because it's Tyler, you look at his draft and you say, how could he have managed to screw this up so badly? You go from Tyler averaging a league record of 125 points per game the year before to week one, he puts up 45.
I mean, I had to embarrass him week one because after the Thielen game, Tyler moved on to the championship, but that was the first meaningful game for me in like 9 months since that stupid fucking screen pass. One mention of that game from Tyler over the summer was all I needed. My dick was hard and it was personal for me.
I mean, 45 points. In 2018, he never scored under 100. So where did this come from?
Before that season, 2 years in a row, we saw Tyler as a top seed in the playoffs because people forget that he was the number 1 seed in 2018. He was the number 2 seed in 2017. So after those playoff runs, you start thinking maybe the guard was changing here. Maybe it's just a matter of time before he actually got a ring.
What's the thought now?
Is someone regularly checking on him? Or
I'm in the playoffs. Tommy sneaks into the playoffs. Both bandwidths are somehow in the playoffs. And here we have young 30 himself, Tyler Breed, going up against Jeff.
So there was talk of an all-breed Sacco Bowl. It was really more of a pipe dream than anything. Everyone thought it was too good to be true. 2 brothers, 2 deadbeat absolute losers, facing off to see who is the biggest failure. Well, Jamarcus would have to lose to Lucas, so the odds were already slim.
Was I worried? No. Come on. I'm not saying I had the best team last year. I'll be the first to admit that. It was a rebuilding year. When you win a championship, sometimes there's a hangover. But I wasn't worried. This dude's highest scoring player in those 2 weeks against me was the kicker he picked up in the second week. So can we cut to the chase? We all know I beat him. It's no secret. Let's talk about what we all want to talk about. The Breed Bowl. Jamarcus actually loses to Lucas. Forget Game of Thrones. This was the true battle of the bastards. At the end of the day, I really just feel sorry for their parents. They shouldn't have to watch their children grow into the men that they've become.
Tyler was definitely favored. Despite the up and down year, he sure as hell had a better team than Jamarcus. So after the first week matchup, none of us were really surprised.
had to be some sense of relief getting out to a 20-point lead against your brother like that. Julio goes for 134 and 2 touchdowns. Brees throws only 1 incompletion, just decimates the Colts. It's not like anyone want to start the Colts D the next week after a performance like that, right?
Fuck my ass and call me Sally. He'd done it. Tyler blew his lead. I like to think it was the only way, that no matter what, this showdown of brothers had to come down to the wire one way or another. Now, Tyler's fate rested in the hands of one man.
I love the marvelous Mike Boone. What about Mike Boone? Third-year pro coming out of Cincinnati. He deserves some love, too.
If Cook is out and Madison is in, I'm definitely playing Madison. He'll leapfrog Boone, because if he's active, there's a reason he was the number 2 on the depth chart prior to his injury.
No question.
But there is a real good shot that Boone is the starter, wins people championships.
I'd never heard of Mike Boone in my life. I'm not sure Tyler had either. But Dalvin's out, Madison's out, Packers' run D is shaky. I personally thought it was a good play. He just needs a touchdown. Not even that. 40 yards.
I'll fake it through the day with some help from Johnny Walker Red. Send the poison brain down the drain to put bad thoughts in my head. The 2 tickets torn in half and lot, and nothing to do. Do you miss me? Miss misery like you say you do. Man in the park.
Hey Tyler, how you doing? This is Hugh Jackson. I want to congratulate you on your fantasy football success and keep chasing that championship. I hear you're a big fan and you see a lot of yourself as a fighter and never gives up through adversity and disability. Hey, you keep on going because you're going to get that championship. Whoever doubts you, they better look out because you're going to show up and show out. So again, keep going, stay after it, keep working to get better. But I'm telling you, they say you're chasing that championship. I think it's a little different. I think you're going to go get that championship. And I really believe that obviously that determination, that dedication, that discipline that you have and that never quit attitude is what's going to get it done for you. Hey, best of luck. Stay safe. Looks like our world is starting to open up a little bit. And again, I want to wish you the best and take great care of yourself. Bye-bye.
A loss can affect a man. It can affect the way you look at the world. It can change the way you look at yourself. When everything is taken away from you, when you're at the end of your rope, sometimes the only thing you can do is think back to better times. Because the present is not what you wanted it to be, and the time you thought you had is fleeting. Our world does not always allow us the decisions we wish to make. All we have to decide is what to do with the time that is given to us. And with that time is the chance to build a legacy. Everyone has built something, no matter how big or small. Every single person you know, you interact with, pass by on the street. Everyone you don't know, they have left something that others will remember them by. Their words, their actions, the memories you have of them, they all make up a legacy. But what is memorable? What is the legacy of a man, other than the triumphs he has achieved? The glory, the spoils, the prestige. What makes a man? What makes a legacy is when the work becomes passion. And the passion breeds a champion. But what if the passion doesn't work? And what if a breed doesn't breed?
His problem is that he's never going to accomplish anything, and he knows it. You know, he's just got to lose. I can't take this open. Hey, what's up, Mary? Oh yeah, last night was fucking crazy. That shit you did with your tongue? Oh my god. Yeah. Yeah, I'm talking to Barrett right now. I know he fucking sucks. Yeah, I'll come over later. All right, I'll see you later, Sue.